Lifebuoy shampoo චූටි රුපියල් 70යි.
For over 4 months, people have spent large parts of their days and even nights in fuel and gas queues. This daily task, which has continuously deprived the people of their time for better use, has led to increased levels of frustration among the public. This has in turn been the reason for many instances where increased tensions at refilling stations have been recorded. One such incident was reported at the Aravala Sipetco refilling station in Piliyandala. Tensions were high at the refilling station after pump attendants had allegedly issued fuel beyond the government-mandated quantities for some vehicles. Even though a group of army personnel had been deployed to the location to calm the people, they were unable to do so until a second group of army personnel were deployed to the area. In addition, some of the vehicles that had been parked for days at queues at some refilling stations are now having to face mechanical issues. Bus and truck drivers at the fuel queue in Badula said that even though efforts were taken to restart their vehicles, they were unsuccessful. Compounding the already existing shortage of fuel in the country is the limited distribution of fuel that is available. The Sri Lanka Petroleum Private Tanker Owners Association says that only 30% of their tankers' capacity are in use at the moment, and that the lack of priority has affected the distribution process.
ටැංකි රථ ධාවනය කිරීමට අවශ්‍ය කරන ඉන්ධන ලබා දීමක් සිදු වෙනවා කොළොන්නාවේ සහ සීලම තොග ගබඩා වලින්. එය ලබා ගැනීමට ටැංකි රථ වලට පැය 4ක 5ක කාලයක් ගත කරන්න සිද්ධ වෙනවා. ඒ හේතුව තුළ ඉන්ධන පිරවුම් වල වෙත අවශ්‍ය තොග ලැබීමේදී සෑහෙන කාලයක් ගත වෙනවා. ඒ ආයතනය තුළ සේවය කරන මහතුරුන්ට ප්‍රමුඛතාවය දීම තුළ තමයි ඉන්ධන ටැංකි රථ වලට ප්‍රමුඛතාවයක් නොමැති හේතුවෙන් තමයි මෙම ප්‍රමාදය සිද්ධ වෙන්නේ.
In the meantime, in response to the shortage of fuel and in the hopes of alleviating the frustrations from the people spending the little fuel available to finding refilling stations, a website showing fuel availability at stations was introduced last week. However, the website fuel.gov.lk, introduced last week by the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation and the Information and Communication Technology Agency, is currently inactive. The notice on the site informs visitors that it is temporarily offline and that the public will be notified once operations resume. In other developments, the Ministry of Education announced today that all government and government-approved private schools within the Colombo city limits will be closed for 1 week starting from Monday the 20th. The ministry said that the decision was taken due to the issues in transportation. However, all rural schools which do not face such challenges are allowed to continue school activities at the discretion of their respective principals. In the meantime, in a backdrop where multiple issues have arisen due to the shortage of fuel, some people, including officials, seem to be exploiting the situation. A video circulating on social media showed how a police officer in the act of allegedly accepting cash for fuel. Meanwhile, another video on social media showed fuel being dispensed into plastic vessels directly from an IOC fuel bowser that was stopped on Marine Drive. In light of this development, taking to Twitter, the Lanka IOC expressed deep anguish over the indulgence of the subject tanker transport crew in wrongful and unethical activity, and said that strict action in line with the prevalent guidelines has been initialized against the concerned transporter. Meanwhile, taking to Twitter, Minister of Power and Energy Kanchana Vijayasekara said that the licenses of 3 fuel trucks have been suspended immediately by the Sipetco and LIOC pending further investigations into the 3 incidents reported on social media on fuel transport trucks illegally unloading fuel.